Okay, so we've got it here in the UK now, which I know a lot of people have been asking me in person and on Instagram, the CCM Vizion. It's here, we've got it in the UK, and it's time for the full stick review. So we're gonna jump on the ice, and I'm not alone. We're with someone else joining to give a bit of a different side of things. Obviously I play one way, Millsy plays a bit different, but I'm gonna pass it on to him.
All right, hi guys. My name is Sean Miller. I am from East Hants, Nova Scotia, Canada. I'm living over here in England this year playing hockey. Kind of a brief background on my hockey career is I grew up playing minor hockey in East Hants in Cole Harbour, Nova Scotia, where the famous Sidney Crosby and Nathan McKinnon are from. And then I moved on to play in the Canadian Hockey League in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League with the Blainville Ballsbyon Armada, the Cape Breton Eagles, and the Rouen-Noranda Huskies. Then I furthered myself and went and took university, played at the Dalhousie University in the Atlantic University Sport. Then over to Cincinnati to play a short stint with the Cincinnati Cyclones. And now I'm over here playing in England and loving it. I'm super excited to join the channel and then do some reviews on equipment and stick my head into this kind of world of hockey. So talk to you guys soon.
That's an introduction. Yeah, man. Right, so let's get on the ice and see what we think in a full review and let you guys know about the new CCM Vizion with some interesting features. Design, I think the design's very cool. The blue and the red, but it's almost like a blue chrome teal type color. It's not quite blue, is it?
Yeah, it's something, it's a unique colorway. I don't know if we've seen it before.
Like the Sharks color.
Right.
San Jose, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the sort of color it reminds me of.
Quick side note, the new Hockey Tutorial custom jersey design has been confirmed, and this will be the design that you see both me and Tommy rocking for 2025. Now, this custom design is already available on the store. Some of you have already picked it up, and of course, if you want to pick up any of our other merch, including the I Am Hockey hoodies and also sweatshirts, the Stick Curve t-shirts and hats, the link will be available down below.
I think it's just a simple design, you know, they haven't done too much with it. There's a lot of features that's quite weird, but in terms of stick design, I think it's pretty simple.
Yeah, I think, I mean, over the past couple of years, we've seen stick design kind of take off in kind of a crazy way and see a lot of unique and loud colorways, and I think this is kind of bringing it back to kind of a basic and just a black hockey stick, which obviously when it comes to design, it all comes down to personal preference. So I mean, for somebody like myself, I quite like the simple look of a hockey stick. Other people obviously like to be a little bit more poppy and have a little bit more showmanship, so maybe this isn't for them, but at the end of the day, it's more about how the stick performs than what it looks like.
So as you've seen on the Vizion, it's got a different shape of the shaft up on the grip, which I'm not sure you can see. I know Chris has got his special lens on. But you see it in the little short we did. It's almost like 6-sided.
15-sided.
Oh, well, they don't want to give it a specific how many sides, but it's weird. It's almost like you've got a massive butt end. And for someone that has small hands, that's not great. I normally have quite a small grip, a small butt end. I've got small hands. So for me, it's a big feature. It's one of the most dominant ones on the stick, I think. When in terms of grip, like on the shaft, I don't think that's bad. I think grip's quite good.
Yeah.
But I think this is the most weirdest thing about this stick.
Yeah. So for me, the grip on the stick is kind of any typical grip. You just have a little bit of, I don't know what they call it technically, but kind of a rib grip here, which is pretty standard. And the grip is going to be basically what you get on most sticks these days. It's not just a clear gloss. You have a little bit of tackiness, and then like Tommy said, so this new feature with the 15 side or however many side they call it with CCM is a unique feature that I've never experienced before, and we had some quick conversations about it. And for myself, especially when I'm shooting the puck, I like the feeling of my hand closing over so I can really push in and grip that stick tight to get as much power through it. And almost when my hand feels like it's covered 360, I don't get that squeeze that I really get to push and pull on the stick. And it's kind of an unsettling feeling at the start. And I wasn't sure if I really liked it. But as the practice went on and as the couple skates went on and I got used to it, I started to kind of adapt and start to enjoy it a little bit. So still undecided on whether I think it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I think it's one of those pieces of hockey equipment that some are going to love and some are going to fall away from.
I mean, I completely agree. I think it's literally what you just said. Some are going to love it, some are going to hate it. I definitely feel it more with shooting and stick handling. I think stick handling's quite hard with it. So I'm going to get a lot of backlash here. I think feel and stick handling are two completely different things. When I say feel, I mean when I receive a puck,
right,
I know where it is on my blade.
Yep.
So I know sort of if it's on my toe, I sort of need to adapt and then shoot. That's when I say feel. When I say stick handling, I mean literally skating and stick handling with the puck.
Yeah.
I think stick handling is very hard. I think I have to grip my top hand so tight to feel like I'm in control just because of how fat this is, that I almost lose focus on the actual stick handling part.
Yeah, and what questions me about that comment is that I feel the same way that I'm gripping hard in one sense, but am I actually gripping hard, or is the stick actually just filling out my hand at all times, which I'm not used to?
Yeah.
Like I say, I'm used to having a little bit of wiggle room on the sides of my stick, and now all that wiggle room is taken up with the 15 side, I'm not sure what you would call it, but feature. So now I wonder to myself, is it me actually gripping the stick tighter, which is not always a great thing in hockey, or is it just that stick is filling out my whole hand while I'm stick handling and feeling the puck? So I think that's something that will take some time, and like I said, it will take, each individual will figure out whether they like it or not, but I think it's worth trying, and a good move from CCM to introduce a new piece of technology.
It's definitely, it was almost like a wild card, you know?
Right.
It was like it was either going to work or it wasn't, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's good that they've taken that chance, and I think the stick itself is really nice. I think to shoot with, it's actually, once you catch a hold of it, it's unbelievable to shoot with. But because it's that ultra low kick point, it's like using a stick for the first time again, you know?
Right.
It's a completely new kick point, so it's almost like I'm playing hockey from the beginning.
Yeah, I think both of us have. So we've obviously both have used sticks with the high kick point, the hybrid kick point, the low kick points, and everything else. But when I picked this thing up and it was the new ultra low kick point, obviously some things you start to question, is it actually going to kick any lower?
Yep.
I think immediately we can tell this thing is kicking a lot lower than what a low kick point does.
Yep.
And I think that feeling is a very good one once you get used to it,
Yep.
which we're still both working on. Obviously, you see in the video, there's some good shots, there's some bad shots, but when you do catch it correctly, it feels unbelievable. Obviously, there's kind of a learning curve with the amount of shots that we've taken in our life, especially both of us right now are in lower kick point sticks, and then we're dropping that even further down. So it's releasing very early, and it's a unique feeling, but when we let it go, it's going, so it feels really good.
I think I'm still on the fence, I'm going to be honest. Obviously, I've had it a little bit longer than Millsy's had it, but I'm still on the fence. I don't know whether that's the grips, just, I'm a little bit biased because this just feels so weird to me.
Right.
But the shooting aspect, I think if this was just normal, I'd be using this all day, every day.
Big time.
But it's adapting to this that I'm still trying to do. So if it was like here down, 100% I love it, and I would recommend it to everyone. But this bit, I'm still getting used to, so But like Millsy said, I think it's worth a try, because some people I think are going to take and absolutely love this stick.
Yeah, so I have pretty close to the same feelings about the stick. I think the stick itself is something with the ultra low kick point that we haven't seen yet, and is being introduced into the stick lines for the first time here. Super unique, definitely different, but feels like something that when a player switches into and has the patience to take the time and learn how to use the kick point correctly on the stick is a technology that's going to take off and take the hockey world by storm. Talking about the top part of the stick, I kind of have the same feeling where if it was here down, one of the best sticks I've used. I think the overall point of the stick is that it's very good and shows a really good future for what we see in the ultra low kick point. And I love that the new technologies are coming out and we're starting to adapt in the hockey world. CCM did a great job with it and seeing kind of a visionary product.
Yep.
Whether it kicks off or whether people turn on it is up to themselves, but I think this product's definitely worth trying.
And something also that we forgot to mention is you can actually get the 1/4 inch blade on these sticks as part of like the retail pack.
Right.
Which is, I think, only going on from the Vision onwards. So obviously for you guys out there, like I know yourself, you get custom sticks, you get the 1/4 inch.
Yeah.
You can now get that with retail, which I think is also a massive move from CCM. Like me personally, I don't feel a difference. I've never used Max 1/4 inch, I've always just used the standard P28.
Yeah.
And I don't feel a difference, I'm going to be honest.
So for me, I love the P28 curve. However, a lot of times I felt that it was too shallow through the mid half of the stick, and I didn't have enough blade. So for wall play, for bouncing pucks, for kind of tough situations where you need to knock the puck down, there wasn't enough lift. So I always liked putting that extra 1/4 on my sticks that I was ordering, just to get a little bit more control and be able to knock pucks down or take the puck off the wall a little bit easier. So it's a nice addition. I think you're going to see a lot of people getting into it.